Hello, welcome back. Hi, I thought I copied a set that Natalie Mugridge done. I'll put the link in the description box because she's done a beautiful set of nails. I'm using Model 1s, polish and some diamond dust, sorry, from Nail Sugar. I will link everything I use in the description box below. But I thought she'd done a really beautiful set and there was on a longer tip. So I thought, let me try it on a bit of a shorter tip and see if I can get away with it, basically. So it's the same set that she done. The colours aren't exactly the same because I didn't have the same colours. But I thought the colours didn't go too badly. It looked quite nice in the end. I was quite happy with it. So at the moment, what I did was I put on some Urban Graffiti foil gel. Baked it under my light for 30 seconds and now I just put my foil on. I did clean the back of the foil first with a bit of rubbing alcohol just to make sure that there's nothing on it and it sticks good. I'm quite happy with this. I'm getting a bit better with my foiling. I got quite not so many gaps this time. I was quite happy, got quite a good bit of coverage. So what I'm doing here is just the bits that are left over, I'm just filling out the gaps basically. Then what you do is you top coat it. You see my little black dot? I'm trying to keep myself in that little black dot because I've got to try and stay in shot, you know, guaranteed me, I always go out of shot. But I thought I'd try and stay in shot, you know, try and keep it good. I am putting on just my top coat because you've got to seal that foil in before you do your next thing. So now I'm using my colours. I will link every colour that I've got in the description box, like I said. I'm not going to be lazy, I'm going to do it properly. I'm just putting all the colours on my tile. I'm using a tile to make as a palette because I've got some, when I first, well, about a year or so ago, I bought some hard gel from Yogi and I went a bit mad and I bought a white, a clear, a pink, and I don't like it. Can't stand the stuff, it's horrible, don't like it. But I thought what I'll do is I'm going to make myself a mixing palette with it. Kirsty Meakin done a ring. I made a ring. I'm not going to show you because it's not that great. Using aqua gel. I copied it. I was like, brilliant idea. But I thought what I'll do is I'm going to make a mixing plate on my silicone mat with this gel because then hopefully it won't stick to it. I've got to practice. Alright, so here I am. So with my first colour, I'm just going out of shot, as always. As you can see in the corner, I put my first colour. So what I did is I actually didn't tape the first bit, I missed it. So what I'm doing is I put a colour down in the corner and then I poured clear acrylic powder on it, let that soak in a bit and then I baked it for a full minute really because I was doing too many things to try and time it at 40 seconds. But the gel's dry at 30 seconds under a LED lamp, but I gave it a full minute because that's just what my lamp's set at. So this is what I did with all of them. I just done a bit and then left a little gap in between. I tried to make it straight as I could, but what I did get was I just got a brush, look, see, just a bit of clear acrylic, and you just literally cover that puppy up in clear acrylic. Yeah, I just got a brush and a dry brush, not a wet brush, and I just tied it up corners. I should have maybe used a wetter brush, because I've got a couple of little tiny mistakes in between the colours. But this is the blue nail that I'm doing because I copied a design. Some of the stuff ain't exactly the same, like my decals aren't as beautiful as theirs. I love her decals, I've got to get some good ones. So here I am, once it's come out of the lamp, I just brush off the excess acrylic and I just put the next colour on. So the next colour I'm using is just the blue, and while I'm baking that full coloured cover tip in the lamp, I am just doing this. I'm trying to do it all at once to make it a bit shorter, really, to be honest with you. Quite happy that I've done like 4 nails, or 5 actually. I've done 5 nails and it only took me like an hour or so, and that was just like backwards and forwards, bit here, bit there. Stopped to make a coffee, had a bit of a break, you know. Here I'm just cleaning up again in the gaps, just trying to make sure they're at least a reasonably the same size. I'm not very good at it, so you know, don't judge, yeah, because I'm not good at it. I really wasn't going to make a video today. And again with the acrylic, I've had a real bad day. I've been really depressed over the last few days. I think work's really got to me. But I just thought, no, cheer yourself up, love, make yourself a video. Oh, here we go. So that is 2 coats of the blue. And now what I'm doing is I'm putting a base coat on because I've done something wrong. But to be honest with you, like Bob Ross said, it's a happy mistake. Yeah, I've made a happy mistake because it turned out better than I thought. So I got the diamond dust from Nail Sugar and then I just sprinkled it all over. And then I realised, Mish, you've done that wrong. You've done that so wrong, right? But it doesn't matter because I was actually supposed to bake the base layer and then put the stuff on. But it doesn't matter because in the end it sugared it. I made sure there was plenty covering the whole nail. Wiped down the edges, nothing sticking out on the edges. But I made sure that there was glitter everywhere. Just covered that puppy up in glitter. Tapped down the edges just to make sure there are no pointy bits and sharp bits. And just looked it down the top just to make sure there's nothing really sticking out. And then I baked it. And then once it was fully baked, because it baked for a minute, there was no sticky residue, which I was quite pleased about actually. I was very lucky in that case. Here's my last colour I'm putting on. So I haven't got really many pastel-y colours. I need to get some. But I'm trying to be really good because at the moment I can't really keep on getting nail stuff. This is what the blue turned out like. It's quite nice because it was a happy mistake. I like happy mistake. Turned out lovely. So, and this is the other colour as well. I like that one too. I like that now. So now, what am I doing now? Can't remember. Oh yeah, so now I'm going to do the blended now. That was like, whoa. I've hardly, again out of shot, I've hardly ever blended a colour. So these blends aren't that great. I don't know, maybe you should go make yourself a cup of tea because you're not seeing what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm not very good at blending. The blends weren't that perfect, but you know, practice and all that, like I say, which I never do. Don't do as I do, just do as I say, sort of thing. So I am blending them colours. Well, I'm putting my colours on and then I'm blending them in. I tried to keep the colours in the blend as I did for the nail with the acrylic powder on. Natalie Mugridge used acrylic powder with glitter in, which really looked nice, but I don't have that. I might make one with some diamond dust, put a bit of that and some clear acrylic, but I need to get some more. Might be a reason why to buy some more. Yeah, so as you can see, I'm just laying out my colours, trying to keep them like they were for the nail with the acrylic on, just so it sort of like matches in a way, I suppose. And there you go. So now what I do is I started to blend it from the top. I'm not very good at blending, and what I did was, once I finished with the blend, see, it started to run everywhere a bit. Once I finished with the blend, I just wiped my brush on the corner of the tissue and then started with the next colour, so I didn't try and contaminate too much of the pink into the blue, as you can see. And once I was happy with that, I just carried on going. I blended them all, and then once I blended them, I just put under my light for a minute, my LED light for a minute, because yeah, I'm not sitting there with my hand in it for 30 seconds for no reason. I can't set it to do 30 seconds on its own. I can only do a minute on its own, and it's really annoying. It's a good lamp, don't get me wrong, it's a good lamp, but you know, I wish I could just do 30 seconds. So now this is my, sorry, my purple nail. So yeah, it's a purple, right? Like movie purple, I don't know. Yeah, so I'm just doing this, and I thought I'm only going to give it one coat. Just tip it upside down to let it run out of it, like level out a bit. There you go, there's my blend. Not that great. Like I say, I've got to practice. So now I'm going to stick the base coat on. So what you do is, sorry, to burnish a glitter into a nail, you put a base coat on. Oh, I'm just doing the other, because I've got like a couple of nails going, different colours. What you do is you bake your, I use a base coat because it's sticky, yeah? So you bake the base coat first. That's where I went wrong with the blue one, but because it was a happy accident, I weren't bothered. And then once the base coat has come out of the lamp, it's still sticky. And then you sprinkle your glitter on and then you brush it in really as much as you can, and what it does is it makes that glitter lay flat. So I don't know if I'm showing you if I do it on here. So these ones have all got a base coat on. Oh yeah, this is what I did. So I just tap my brush in and then I just push the glitter onto the nail. Right, tap 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 tap. Covered up my glitter and then I just started to brush it backwards and forwards until it actually lay. What it does is it forces the glitter to lay flat in the gel, and that's how you burnish something in. You're rubbing it in. That's what burnishing means, rubbing it in. It's quite pretty, doesn't it? I mean, the blend could be better at the bottom, but the blend at the top's not too bad. I rubbed it with my finger just to make sure there weren't no lumpy bumpy bits. And this is all 3 of them done. So now I'm going to top coat them, just to make sure they've got a top coat on each one. I don't know if camera picks it up, but I saw it when I was doing it. The purple one, when I put the gel on, like the top coat, it looked really pretty. It was like, look. I was like, can you see that? I was just like, let me just do that, cover that up. I was really happy with how these turned out, to be honest with you. I'm not a professional, but I do like to think I'm alright with what I do. Yeah, I'm not happy with the blend on the bottom of that finger, but the top weren't too bad at all. So, like I did, baked them under my LED for a minute, and now they're all set. So I thought, okay, let me get my decals out. So I've got loads of decals, and these are the only unicorny ones I got. So I've got them, and I'm really happy with them. And got my scissors, cut my decals out. I thought I'll show you which ones I'm going to use. These ones here. I thought I'll show you which ones I use. I'm going to use these ones here. So I plopped them into the water. I pushed them around, made sure they was all right. My tweezers aren't that great. I need to get a new set, but anyway. And I'm pushing them about, and then I'm thinking, okay, let me just get ready. Right, so I'll get my nail ready, pull out a decal, soak off some of the water. I'm like, okay, there you go. And what a plonker. I forgot to take the plastic coating off the top of the decals before I cut them up. So, yeah, a word to the wise. When you're using decals, take the plastic coating off first before you decide to put it in the water, because it just messed it all up and I had to do it all over again. So you can see my little pile up there in the top left. That's the mistake I made. And plus I was having issues trying to get the decals off the paper because my tweezers aren't that great. They're a bit naff really. They're covered in gel and they're a bit like bumpy. So they're not really holding on to things tight, but I managed to get them off in the end. They went on all right. I think I might have picked them too well because they sort of blend in with the colours. You can't see them that great, and that's not really the whole idea of a decal, right? You're meant to actually see it. I'm going to get some other decals. I think I'll treat myself to some better ones, better unicorns and some words and some other things. But here you go, they're on. It looks all right, but you know, it could be better. How has everyone been? How is everyone managing with this go out, don't go out, go to work, don't go to work, take transport, don't take transport, drive, don't drive, take the bus, take the bike, don't take the bike? Yeah, it's a bit confusing for everyone really. Well, it's not too bad. Customers could be better, but there you go. What do you expect? I thought, you know what? I went back to work and I was so busy the other day that I've got an app on my phone called Pillow, and I recorded my sleep, and I literally had a deep sleep, for no word of a lie, for 9 hours and 24 minutes. I was like, what? Oh my lordy. I must have been exhausted. Work is a different kind of tiring at the moment. I'm used to all the running around, but anyway, here they are. What do you think? I really like them. I'm really happy with them. That blue one was a happy mistake. I think I'll keep that phrase. I like that phrase. It don't look too bad. It could be better. I was wanting a bit something on the purple, but I don't know. I didn't want to put too much anything on it, but I'm really happy with how they turned out. So here's a little sneak preview video. Well, not sneak preview, just a little video really. Yeah, I'm really pleased with those. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will link everything in the description box below. Don't worry, I won't be a bone idle bitch. And I will send you the link to Natalie's video, because Natalie's video is brilliant. I love her videos. She's so funny and she's hilarious. You all have a lovely weekend. You all take it easy. hit like, subscribe, the bell, and I shall see you in my next video. Ta-da! Bye!